Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
New day of the week, a new commentator in the broadcast booth. Live here tonight from Richmond Raceway. It's the Mystic, KAYTEE, IndyCar Series, live on V-Speed. Welcome in, everybody. I am your host, Bradley Cooper, and I will be here with cameras provided by Dougie Beard. All year long, we've been watching the IndyCar Series flag coverage here. And it's been interesting. Different venues. We've seen everything from road course to short track to long mile and a halves. But this will be a short track style with open wheels. Should be an exciting one here today. Take a look here at the track map for Richmond Raceway. Opened October 12th, 1946. Back with the Richmond Fairgrounds. We're in the area 7.75, 3/4 of a mile. With 14 degrees of banking in the corner. Should be inside heavy. It will be difficult to pass, and these aerodynamics will not come into play as much as they have at other places. You're going to see a lot of drivers have to mechanically wheel this thing around and not be able to rely on a good run down the backstretch. But it will take a while to get these cars up to momentum. Of course, our race analysis up on the screen with 175 laps, 131.25 miles here today. Pit road speed limit will be 40 miles per hour with 4 tire sets available. 1 fast repair, double file restarts for the first start of the race, and then single file for the restart from thereafter. 70% fuel on an iRacing fixed setup. But now these drivers have completed qualifying. It's take you to the track now. Get the grid up on the screen. Starting on the top spot, it will be the Indy. Kirkenbauer going to start on the top position in the number 100 at 16.477. John Steller will start to his outside. Row number 2 is going to go to Christian Leonard. Lax Ziern will start in 4th. 7 Hawthorne will start in 5th with Corey Kobe in 6th position. Michael Daly in 7th spot. Noah Hubbard going to start in 8th. Jonathan Gashiri will start in 9th spot. Michael Wade in 10th position. Brandon Willard out there on the track. 11th spot with Reggie Kime going to start in 12th. 13th with James Sturdivant. And you have Harold Tucker in 14th. Zachary King and Mason Mitchum electing not to take a time. Wesley Burke, Adam Holston going to start in row number 9. And then rounding out your field in 19th position will be Devin Lyons in the 24. So one additional lap here as the iRacing pace car lights are out. We have 1 to green from Richmond Raceway. This will be the most interesting start that we've seen here on V-Speed. I'm excited. My first IndyCar series. And hopefully we can see a long green flag run here. Those 4 tire sets are going to be at a premium. This place is going to chew the right front off of these cars, especially with lack of downforce, lack of grip. These cars will be sliding, pushing towards the outside through the middle of the turns, but pushing to the inside now for the iRacing pace car. We're actually going to take 1 additional lap here. So they will wave off the green delayed start. And problems for Adam Holston with a connection issue trying to get into the session. Adam's going to allow the 98 a chance to get back in here in time. He'll have to grid from pit road, which will delay his start time. And you can very quickly go a lap down here. He'll lose a lot of time. Doesn't look like Holston's going to make it in. So here we go. For 175 laps, green flag is out, and we're underway at Richmond. Leading lap 1. It will be Kirkenbauer. Moves to the inside, back with Stellard and Hawthorne side by side. Kirkenbauer already pulls out to a half-second lead. See Zier there in the second spot in the 89. Has pulled a gap on second or third position with Hawthorne inside with Kristen Leonard. Leonard looking left there for a moment, did not have the run. Pushing tight here. Looks like the outside line is the place to be to complete a pass. Stellar able to hold off Hawthorne. To the inside, Mitchum side by side back here with Reggie Kime. Actually, Tucker in the 79. That pass is made, and Mitchum will put himself up 1 position. The most gained, though, so far in this race, it's going to go to Wesley Burke in the 7. Up 7 positions. Up into the top 10, Zachary King making a move. Daly that looked left there just for a moment. Off the back end. 67 going to lose this position. Did not get a good exit. And a quick pass there from King. And the car sideways down the backstretch. I believe that's Devin Lyons in the 24. Watch it coming out of turn 2. This is where it all goes wrong. Just steps out on his own. Off the racing surface, does not trigger a yellow. And we're on to lap 10. Now the caution is flying. It's Zachary King with heavy damage. And Strudavant in the 67. Right as we came back to the live shot, problems on the front stretch. 2 cars involved in this one. This is on board with the 67. And it looks like King gets the apron, tries to save it. Strudavant, nowhere to go. Ends up on the back end, breaking the spoiler off the back of that car. And Zachary King, heavy damage, will have to use that fast repair to get that rear spoiler back, the rear wing completely torn off that car. Might be electing to fix it the old-fashioned way. We'll have to wait and see. Still has that fast repair in the back pocket. But you can very quickly end up a lap down here. So you have to keep that in mind. Zachary King not going to have that rear downforce, and now we'll elect some of that damage repair naturally. But no one elects to come down to pit road as far as lead lap cars. Everyone stays out. 12 laps in. Kirkenbauer with the lead. He's led every single lap so far that we have completed. Started from the pole here this evening. So far, so good for the 100. So coming around for lap 14, lights should go out on the pace car this time by, and they do. They get single file restarts for the remainder of this race. This plays into the favor of Kirkenbauer even better. He's able to get clear of Zier, pull away. It's actually Stellard who is down a position, who started on the outside in the 5. Zier able to get clear on the inside as well. The 5 drops back a spot. And Wesley Burke now in a better situation. Was on the move there to the top 10. It looks like the 7 has even more opportunities in front of him now that this field is bunched back up. Pace car's off. Let's try it again. Back live. Barney the flagman back on the green. And car sideways coming off of 2. Everyone able to avoid it, but that looks like... No, someone does get a piece of it at the end there. That's the 4 machine of Noah Hubbard, who just lost it coming out of turn 2. The nose and spoiler broke off that car completely, end to end. Destroyed. Still has the wheels on it somehow. Let's take it back on a replay and see what happened on this start. Looks like he just got loose on his own and somebody not able to avoid it. Right there at the end. I want to say that was Zachary King. Yeah, it was. Not able to miss it on board here. King already had some damage. And then right here, just clipped the front end of the 4. They'll set him back onto pit road, trying to get this car repaired. King ends up burning the fast repair here. Them Lions out of the race. Brandon Willard on pit road as well. Problems for the 22, 7 laps down in this one. The lights are back on the pace car. We're going to go an additional lap, and then we'll get the one to go signal. We're going to take a quick break here on V-Speed. You are watching the Mystic IndyCar Series presented by KAYTEE.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorites. Racing isn't easy. To ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Back here live at Richmond, Virginia. Green flag is back out, and Kirkenbauer pulls out to another commanding lead of over half a second right out of the gate. But some side-by-side back here around the 4th position. Christian Lennard, John Steller going side-by-side, opens up the door here for Michael Wade. Back live and racing. Hope you're enjoying tonight's action. Wesley Burke, who's picked up another couple positions since we last left you, now up 9 spots to 8th on the move for the 7. And definitely not slowing down from there. You see there on the telemetry, staying in 4th gear for the backstretch, on to 5th gear, brushes the wall there briefly, but drops it down to 3rd to get the exit off the corner. And in that draft, getting a little bit there down the backstretch, enough to get it up to 5th gear. A nice drive off the corner. Looks like another approach for 7th spot. Not able to complete that pass, but it looks like the 7 is bad fast here tonight. Michael Daly and Reggie Kime going side by side for a moment there. Gonna do it again down the front stretch. Outside line, a little bit of a wiggle there from Harold Tucker. Tucker, part of the first incident here tonight. Able to get that car repaired decently, running in the 13th position currently. Up 1 spot. Making progress, but there's really no progress around this top 5. It's went stagnant. The only driver that's really moved up through this field, again, is your 8th place driver. Everybody else about where they started. Michael Wade has gained 4, so give credit to the 17. Started in 10th up to 6th. But outside of that, everybody that started in the top 5, it's the same names. Kirkenbauer, Zier, Hawthorne, Lennard, Stellard. Going down 3. We'll look off the back end of the 5. some smoke on the backstretch there. Not sure what that was for. I think Zachary King had a problem again, had to bring it into the pits. See him spinning down the backstretch. No caution comes out. And the 51 brings it into pit road. So done for the day on the 51 team. That leaves 3 cars out of this race. 15 still on the track. James Stuyvesant in the 67. 4 laps down right now. "33 laps about to be completed." Your leader across the line. Kirkenbauer has looked bad fast. I don't know what to say other than there's no answer for what he's doing. Doesn't seem like he's really overdriving the car. You could argue that maybe in the first 15 laps or so, but now we're deep into this run with 70% fuel. We're starting to approach pit stops. These drivers are well aware of that. Green flag pit stops, very much a possibility. We're actually getting into some lap traffic now. It's a 79 of Tucker at the grips of the leader here on the outside. Getting a look inside. Bauer makes a quick pass. And Zier 1.8 seconds back. Does gain a little bit of time there on the 100. Wesley Burke has a connection issue. And the 7 is off the track. I don't think anything happened to him here. I think his internet just gave out. Keep an eye on the replay. But it looks to me like nothing really happening. He just blinks off the track and is gone. So a computer issue possibly. But that's going to put Wesley Burke out of the race. And now James Stuyvesant receives a meatball flag. Caution does come out. And this was a battle around the 6th, 7th position. It's actually a lap down car. And wow, heavy hit. Destroys the back end, and he's done for the day as well. Bringing these cars down pit road, though. Hits the stall. 2 cars stay out with Reggie Kime and Michael Daly. Call it Daly. Daly. New name for me here. That puts the 100 in 3rd spot for this restart. Staying out on older tires. It's about 23 laps on the stint. Couple of these guys gonna take a little gamble, see if it pays off for track position. It'll put them up 6 and 10 positions. While we have a moment here, let's pull Reggie Kime in the 9 up into the broadcast booth. It's Bradley Cooper. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Reggie, a little bit older tires, but takes a little while for the heat to build up, and you do have that advantage. These tires cool off pretty quickly with the open wheel. But this track has been a little difficult tonight. How's it feeling?
All right. I'm definitely not as fast as the fast guys. I'm guessing they pitted or something. That's how we're up here, because Michael and me were about to go a lap down, and now we're 1-2.
Always a gamble, but it could pay off for track position. Order the way through this race. Anybody you want to shout out before we go back green?
You guys for putting this on. Brandon for running the league. And And yeah, just hoping it'll be a good night and we don't have too many more cautions.
All right, Reggie Con, we'll see you after a bit. Maybe talk to you post-race.
All right, well, thank you. And you guys, good luck tonight.
Race chat 3 there for Reggie Kime, getting ready to go back green. As Daly up front, so can confirm that Michael is going to be the command car. Green flags back out, lap 43 at Richmond Raceway. It's the first time that Kirkenbauer has been in dirty air all day. Already a move to the inside for second spot. The 100 wants the lead back right out of the gate. He'll get second position. Zier going to look as well. Cannot complete the pass. Still side by side for second position. Just behind him with Lennard and Stellard. Stellard able to clear. I'm holding on to second spot for everything it's worth. Doing a fantastic job. But the lead has changed back. And Michael Daly is going to lose out. Still with holding on here, these older tires, it looks pretty good so far. I venture to say that this could pay off for these drivers to hang out in the top 10. You can already see a few drivers making their way past. Almost some contact there for second. Zier is able to clear. We look 3 wide there for just a moment with Lennard in the middle. Stellard, big wiggle there off the corner. They keep it together. Stellard able to hold on and get third out of all that. Let's take it back on a replay. Excellent drive there off the corner. Watch here. You have those older tires just ahead. Watch this move. To the outside. They're going to look middle. It's a really big run here into 1 and 2. And a 2-for-1 special coming off that corner. Excellent drive by the 5. Kirkenbauer off to another massive lead. Here's the cluster cars back here 3 wide. Reggie Kime, who stayed out, now has about 35 laps on this stint compared to the other drivers that are around 11. Doing everything he can to hold on to it. But man, he's creating a lot of 3 wide behind him. A lot of drivers shuffling around looking for position. That's the 4 we saw earlier. Noah Hubbard, who got some damage, used a fast repair. Actually did not. Got that car fixed up though. Good enough to run it up here in the 7th position. Looks to the inside, gonna take away 6th position. 3 wide contact in the background. That was Hawthorne who goes around, cautions out. And back in damage for the 18. We saw it there live. There's the contact with the 17 on the inside and another back into the wall. Four got the run on the 9. And this pinches him 3 wide. 17, nowhere to go. And here we are, back under yellow for the 4th time today. 13 cars still on the racetrack. The 18 that started here tonight. Kirkenbauer pulled the lead back there after two drivers had stayed out, set sail again. It's been the 100 up top all race long. The 89 of Zier trying to catch up. Been a little bit off the pace based off the best lap times. A full 1/10 of a second off, but the 89 could have long run speed if we get to that point. We'll have to wait and see. John Stellar running in third position. Stellar now up. Almost back where he started. Took a while to get back up here to the top three. Working well on it very fast there on that 3 wide battle we saw earlier. Christian Leonard. Leonard sitting in fourth spot, started at third. A lot of these names have stayed the same. It's Gashiri in the 8. And have 4 positions gained to get up here to the top 5. Lights should be off on the pace car this time around. The lights are fully on here at Richmond Raceway. And the track temperature has come down a few degrees. Started out around 85, now down to 80, and we'll continue to see that fall as the night progresses. And with these caution laps, that will help it even more. We'd like to thank M&S Welding and Repair, LLC, Slim Chickens, and the Cup Series. All of these sponsors that help bring this racing to you drivers and to you fans. As we get set for a restart from first gear, let's ride on board with Kirkenbauer out of the hole shot in the restart zone. By side for fourth spot, the 17. It was just part of that caution a moment ago. Doesn't look like it affected the car too much. He made a move there on Hubbard for a moment. John Stellard in the 5 has right front damage. Something happened to the 5 car just a moment ago on that restart. So we can take it back and find out what happened. It just happened on the entry of turns 1 and 2. We'll back it up one more time. And that was racing with the 2 of Leonard. There's the check up there. It rips the front end off. And that car is going to be difficult to drive now. Has lost a lot of time here. Last time by was about 2 seconds off the pace. And continuing to hemorrhage around down 11 spots. Still watching Michael Wade. The side by side, another attempt for 4th spot. The Kyle Larson, HendrickCars.com 17. That paint scheme, very iconic here. And a caution out again. It's the 8 who goes around. All by himself. I take that back. I thought it was the 8 car. He checked up a lot there on the backstretch, but it's actually going to end up being these 2 drivers. It's I believe the 79 of Tucker again involved in something, and the 3 of Mitchum. Watch this one more time. And a car up over on its lid. I'm going to say that's Hawthorne with a meatball flag. Watch it right here. With the contact across the line. You're going to see a car up on its lid across the start-finish line. Tough break there for Hawthorne, stuck on pit road. But we did have some takers into the pits. The 100 of Kirkenbauer is going to be the furthest back he's been all day. Pitted in with only 3 other drivers. They'll have to restart in the 8th position. That hands the lead over to this driver finally. Been chasing the 100 all day long. Zier finally. Look like Zier gonna finally have the lead for this restart on lap 70. Very easy to make contact and lose control of these cars. But you saw there in that restart, the 8 goes around of Jonathan Gashiri. Michael Wade, Noah Hubbard have been doing battle for about 20 laps now. And this back and forth on lap 77. Still not giving way. Corey Kobe also side by side. These two gold cars looking like teammates. Car in the wall, the 100 trying to get back to the top position. Trying to chase down Zier. And Lilac Zier still holding on to the top spot by about 2 seconds. Noah Hubbard finally able to hold off Michael Wade. And Wade knows that 100 is on his way. Last time by a full second faster than the cars in front of him. attempt for the second spot here. Kirkenbauer going to capitalize on the lack of pass. The 17 tried it again, ends up losing the spot. He'll dive it deep into one. Will we see 3 wide off the corner? Trying to defend it. Here comes the 100 to the inside of the 4. Going to show the 17 how it's done. No one has been able to break the momentum of Kirkenbauer all night. So for Zier, it is 3.2 seconds. Is that enough of a gap before pit stops? We get a caution, rack this field back up. He's on the other side of the strategy. He has 44 laps on this stint, whereas 100 has about 16 laps on the tires, making a huge difference on lap times. Last time by, you can see it there. In that clean air, it is helping Zier, but still a little bit slower, almost a tenth of a second. And Kirkenbauer was actually making passes, so this time by, it is a full tenth, almost 2. Looking back through this field, a lot of attrition here today. Michael Wade finally, nope, thought he was going to get it that time. Saw it on the ticker there. It looked like he was going to make that pass, but not able to complete it again. But it's been a lot of attrition here tonight. Again, Stephen Hawthorne, Wesley Burke, connection issue for the 7. James Strudevant in the 67 out. Zachary King had multiple incidents. Devin Lyons, 79 laps down, and Brandon Willard, who I believe parked it right at the start of this event. But that lead is not big enough. Kirkenbauer now has it down to under 2.5 seconds, and it continues to fall as these tires fully heated up. Michael Wade has been pestering Noah Hubbard now for about 25 laps. Cannot figure out a way around this 4, but he's not going to quit trying. Side by side continuing for the 3rd spot. It's allowing Michael Wade to save his tires a little bit there on that bottom. He knows he's faster than the 4. He just can't complete the pass. They'll almost make contact again on the door. These two racing really hard for that top spot. Trying to get to the podium. Still not able to clear. This will bring Christian Leonard into the picture. The 2 has been slowly creeping up on this battle. And the 17 is probably shouting, "Let me go." He's going to take it 3 wide into 1. He'll get a 2-for-1 special. So much check up there. They're going to go looking 3 wide again into 3 and 4. A lot of defense being played, but now the 17 to the outside. That's not what the 4 of Hubbard wants. In a crossover move, can the 17 finally get it done? He does. That was 35 laps in the making, folks. Probably felt like 1,000 for Michael Wade. Now he has to contend with Christian Leonard and catch up to the 2. It's going to take a few laps to get that momentum swing back. And did he use up his tires with that? Running side by side for that long. You know, letting these guys that are outside the top 3 catch up. The 4 of Hubbard is struggling now to try to catch back up to him. Corey Colby and John Stellard about to do battle for the 6th spot. The 5 last time by, about 2/10 faster. This time around, almost identical lap times. A 17.588 to a 17.550. Stellard just a little bit faster that time. It's Kirkenbauer, the Team VRL, number 100, chasing down 1.5 seconds, 75 laps to go from Richmond. It's Lilac Zier on the top spot. It has stagnated a little bit here. Zier has been able to hold within a half of a tenth. 0.05 of a second slower is not much. So it means that these tires have plateaued a little bit for the 100. Lap traffic could become a factor here. Car into the wall there briefly was the 54. Michael Daly gonna let the leader by, but that lost a little bit of ground. It was a full 10th last time. The 100 made up because of that. Again, cars that are out. Stephen Hawthorne done for the day, 13th here tonight. Wesley Burke, James Strudevant, Zachary King, and a car in the wall. That's the 8. The right front ripped off of that machine. He's going to try to get it down off the racing surface, out of the way. But something has happened to Jonathan Gashiri. Put him hard in the outside wall. And a little bit loose, overcorrected into the outside wall. Watch it one more time from the blimp camera. Back to our live shot, though. The lead now under a full second. It's just 0.8 separating Kirkenbauer from Zier. 100 is caught back up. Tough break there for Gashiri. Gonna end up 2 laps down, maybe even more. Now only a half-second lead for the 89. Able to navigate the lap traffic a little bit better. Able to stretch it back out 3 more tenths this time by. Zier's catching him at just the right times here. Now has the 9 in front. He'll bring it down pit road. Here comes the 89 with older tires than the 100. Kirkenbauer is going to stay out probably another 20 or so laps. This could play right into the hands of Zier with these fresh tires, but he has to be perfect on the execution of pit road. Will the 100 car answer it? Opens up the lead to 5 seconds. Is here, comes back out on the racetrack. 1 lap down, gonna get it back here eventually. Needs this race to stay green from here on out, though. The caution comes out, and that changes everything. Michael Wade off the corner, destroyed on the front end. Loses it on his own on the exit of turn 2. Hits the inside wall. It's enough to trigger a yellow car parked on the racing surface. Cannot get it turned back around. That will bring everybody except the 89 who's going to get his lap back down pit road. But that trap is here down a lap. And he'll have to get a wave by. Down and away for the 100. Reggie Kime going to try this strategy again. And just over 50 laps to go when we come back green. Don't go anywhere. More coverage will continue. The KAYTEE IndyCar Series presented by Mystic Racing League. Don't go anywhere.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Real quick, you both stop the real quick cut. Double check the steering wheel. Roll.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
Too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
I knew it was just a matter of time when Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa. Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
Back here at Richmond, where the caution is flown for a second time while we were under that commercial break. And it was Harold Tucker who had the problem there just before the break. We'll take a look back on the replay. The restart just come out, and Tucker not able to get it going. Looks like off of the corner. Some problems, and ends up spinning the car out, trying to get out of the way. But enough to trigger the yellow nonetheless, and that brings us to our 7th caution of the evening. 5 lead changes tonight. And it's Kirkenbauer who has led the most. 76 of the 127 complete here from Richmond. Been a dominant car all race long. Christian Leonard earns that 2nd spot after chasing down all day, though, from the 89 of Liliak Zier. Or the 89 has just got bad luck there, where he had to hit pit road. Liliak Zier gonna have to push for a while. Unfortunately, with those pit stops, had the advantage on tires if it would have cycled through green. Did not go to plan, had to get a wave around to get back on the lead lap. Lights are out on the pace car, though. We're getting ready to go back green on lap 130. And another big jump here for the 100. Car in the wall in the background, that was the 17. Michael Wade is having some problems. Reggie Kimes side by side. Zier again looking for the top 5. Trying to get back to that podium position. And Zier's ran in all race long. Race lead out to a full second now in the closing laps. Nobody has said anything for this 100. Been perfect out in that clean air. Just seems to have something figured out here. The rest of these drivers don't. 6th spot up for grabs. There's the 4 of Hubbard, who was racing earlier with the 17. Hubbard damage free. Trying to get around the 9 and the 3 of Mitchum. Mitchum side by side there for a moment. Ends up losing the spot. Hubbard gonna try for 2. Little contact there with time. Still not clear off the 2. But now will complete the pass. No, slides it up. Not able to get around. Time going to hold on for another lap. Oh, and almost contact. There was a little touch there off of 4. These guys are in a dogfight right now for 6th spot. Time not able to hold on. Got loose again there off the corner. And That should do it for the 6th position. Mitchum going to go by for 7th. And the closest battle on the racetrack right now to the 89 of Zier. Running out of time. The 89 has to chase down 3rd place. Has a lap car in between. A gap 1.6 seconds. And this leader is just putting on a clinic in the closing moments. Remember, no green, white checkers in this event. We get a caution with under 5 to go. That'll be it. A lot of the attrition in this race. Yoshiri on pit road getting damage repaired. Michael Daly also in the pit lane, 14 laps down. Currently have 10 cars out on the racetrack. Michael Wade trying to get back on the lead lap here. The V-bulb flag there for Daly. Last time by, it looks like Zier not going to be able to catch up for a podium finish in time. 1.6 seconds, only a 10th faster. Last time by, lost a little bit of time actually to the 5 of John Stellar. Those lap times on the left-hand side of your screen. See this time by a little bit quicker, by about 2/10. Will that be enough? Noah Hubbard on offense as well, catching up to Corey Kobe in the top 5. 4 cars seem to have had long run pace in this one. Rush with the wall off of turn 2. Shouldn't hurt the car too bad. And will continue to chase down. Look off the back end of Kobe. Not a good exit off of turn 2. That's going to allow the 4 to the inside. And Hubbard will make work of it. Crossover move. It will be enough for Kobe to hold on to it. Outside has been fast. 4 will clear. Zier has got up to Stellard. Stellard made a few mistakes there last time by. Lost a ton of ground. And Zier has been very consistent in this last run. probably love for a late race caution to get back to that second spot, but I don't think it matters. Outside of that, Kirkenbauer has just been faster all day. $15 to go now, crossing the stripe. We've completed 120.75, now 121.25 miles here today. Kirkenbauer continues to stretch out that lead. And it's slowed down a little bit. The mistakes have plateaued for the 5. And a little bit of dirty air for Zier, maybe interfering with a possible pass coming up in the closing laps. And the frustrations for the 89 after getting pinned a lap down, a caution coming out after pit stops. Zier had no choice but to pit because of fuel. Was watching this here. Looks like maybe ran out of steam. Lost a ton of ground this last time by. And I don't know if the 89 can get back to the podium here tonight. Kirkenbauer stretching the lead, 3.5, 3.6 seconds with under 10 to go. Looking like your winner here today so far. Closest battle still on the racetrack. You also have Corey Kobe in the 6th position. To get back to Noah Hubbard. Couple cars behind that with Mason Mitchum, Reggie Kime still on the lead. Well, actually, Kime just lost a lap as the caution comes out. Harold Tucker on the backstretch. Destroyed. And this groups him back up. This could give Zier a chance back to the 2nd spot. But Tucker spins it out and brings us our 9th caution of the evening. Seen it a lot here today, especially after these tires get about 40 laps or so on them, cars stepping out. And we have a taker down pit road by himself. Christian Leonard in the 2. This could be a gamble. 5 to go. Again, no green, white checkers. If a caution comes out before the 2 can get back to the podium, they'll have ended up losing 3 spots, 4 spots out of this. A weird situation for the 2 to be in now. Everybody else staying out ahead of him. John Seller's going to earn a position up to the 2nd spot. And if you're Zier, you're thankful. This is a podium position now. But with single file restarts and not a lot of laps left to go, you're going to have to take a stab at it right out of the gate. Go back green with 3 laps left. And if a caution falls at this point, it's over. lights will go out on the pace car this time by. It would actually be 2 to go. Natural green, white, checkered for this one. Power shouldn't be contested. Command car for this restart. It will take a lot for the 5 of Stellar to get to the bumper. They really don't want to make contact in these cars. It'd be a real shame here if the 5 did get into the 100. It's going to take a lot. Again, I'd be more worried about Zier being on the back porch now if I'm the 5. Green flag's out. Natural green, white, checker. 2 to go from Richmond. Bauer counts it down, gets a great jump. Zier has company on the back end. Cars side by side. There's the fresh tires from Leonard. Gonna make a pass around Mitchum. 1 to go. At the stripe, white flag in the air. And an excellent drive, a dominant performance. Cars sideways, that's Mitchum in the background. Gets into Hubbard. And those 2 cars lose a ton of positions, but it's Kirkenbauer with 122 laps led. Fastest car on the track all night. The VRL teammate congratulating him. They park it here on the front stretch. Congratulations again, the driver of the 100 for dominating the day. We're going to take a quick commercial break here and maybe round up some of these final race results. You are watching the KAYTEE IndyCar Series presented by Mystic Racing League. Back with more on V-Speed in just a moment.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
a real quick cut. Double check the steering wheel. Roller.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Nice and smooth. Get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's going to get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa. Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
Welcome back to Richmond Raceway, where a chain of events have just taken place. And officially, your race winner isn't going to be. It'll be the 5 of John Stellar who gets the victory. Zier with a second place finish. And Christian Leonard with a top 3. A restart violation here. I want to take everyone back and show you. We just got confirmation from race control on this outcome, and we want to show on a live look before we get to those race results. But here's a look at it here. This is coming off a turn 4, and you can see, we'll play it from a couple different angles, but you can see it here. Just a little bit of an early jump. Let's watch it from a lower angle. And just an early go into the restart zone for the 100 of Kirkenbauer after leading 122 laps. He's going to end up getting a restart violation and finishes out. Last car on the lead lap will end up in 9th position. With that, let's take you down trackside and get a post-race interview with your race winner in victory lane, John Stellar, in the 5 here tonight. You get to say you're victorious after leading 1 lap. Technically, you lead the last one after that restart violation from the 100. This is going to be a little bit of a mixed emotion, though, because I would assume you two are teammates.
Yeah, absolutely. And the first thing I'll say is that's Indy's race. He won that race. I think it's unfortunate he got the black flag, but you know, he won that race regardless, and I wasn't going to pass him there. So he might not get it on paper, but you know, in my mind, and I think anyone who watches that race or was in it, you know, they know who the best car was. So shout out to him for everything he did, and just unfortunate result.
Well, I know the graphic is going to show second place, the black flag not handed out there, but you did win here tonight. And I know this one goes down as an asterisk, but you also put yourself in a position if something like that happened. You drove a damn good race all night long. It was back and forth, and for a lot of the day you were hanging around just outside that top 3 or in the top 3. But here in the late stages, you find your way in second spot with a great restart, and you're able to keep Zier behind you.
Yeah, absolutely. Lilac, Zier actually, as well, is a technical teammate of ours on Votive. Lilac represents a different team, but you'll talk with her in a moment, I'm sure, and get all her facts. But I thought Lilac was going to pass me on the final run, so just to even be able to hold her off, I was pretty proud of myself there. I really respect Lilac as a driver, so to be able to give her a run and keep myself in position to ultimately get the win, you know, I'm proud of myself for the drive and appreciate you noticing, because it definitely takes a lot out there, you know, every turn and just every moment in that car at Richmond there, you know, you got to be locked in and always ready to go, because you just never know when the chaos is going to come.
Well, again, John, this is my first broadcast, so I do have to admit I was pronouncing it Liliac, and I was saying he for most of the day. So
All good.
that's
Now you
news
know,
to me.
right?
Now
Yeah,
I know.
now you know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for prepping me for that, because I was about to jump into an interview and that would have been really awkward.
Yeah, absolutely. Lilac's a great driver, so you'll get a chance to talk to her in a sec.
All right. Appreciate you coming up here and talking to us. And again, I know this is a weird one, but who do you got to shout out for the victory tonight?
Yeah, once again, I'll just shout out my votive teammates. You know, Indy, I think, is the true winner of this race. So shout out to him and the dominance he showed tonight, not only in the IndyCar, but also in the Legends car at Sonoma. You know, had a great performance till the final turn in that one. So great night for him and Mystic. My teammate Lilac, who I mentioned, just had a great drive and was able to hold her off. And then, of course, Mason Mitchum, who I've been racing with in Mystic all season. Mason has helped me a ton in Mystic, and just being able to learn with him and put in races with him over the season has been just great for me and my overall development as a driver. So those three are, big parts of who I am as a driver and have had a lot of influence on me. So definitely just give them their props, because I'm the ultimate winner in the books, but I think they're the drivers I want to be most like. So always shouting out them whenever I get the chance.
Again, it was a great race, 175 laps, finishing under green, and you get the victory. We'll see you next week at Laguna Seca.
Yep, see you there.
John Stellard in the number 5 race winner here this evening. So now I've got a lot of correcting to do. And if you go back and watch this, you're probably wondering, well, this guy's new. This guy has to be new because he has no clue what he's talking about. Lilac, I apologize. I was pronouncing it Liliac all night. And I think I was using the wrong verbiage and pronouns for 99% of the evening.
No, that's okay.
So let's go back to the beginning of the race. You're running in second spot the entire time, trying to chase down Kirkenbauer, and you pit. But that's the main thing there. You come down pit road, you get trapped a lap down, and then it's play catch up for the next 75 laps.
Yeah, I mean, I was just trying to make it on one stop, and if it went green, I would have been okay, but I figured if there was a caution, it would catch me out, and it did, but I still had fun trying to drive back up through there. Would have been okay with fourth, and then the stuff at the end happened, and here I am.
And when we start this race, you're thinking, okay, I've got the fastest car. You come into qualifying, you're very competitive, within a tenth of the leader there. Get around, get clear, and gain a position. Worked really hard there from the second row. And then it was like you hit a brick wall. For the first half of this race, just could not keep pace with that 100. And then you bury yourself even deeper in the field. It's got to be discipline all the way through.
Yeah, I mean, I was just trying to save fuel early on. I knew that I knew Indy was going to be faster than me, regardless. So I just wanted to save some fuel and see what happened. And then once I got back in the pack, it was just, pick them off one at a time, try to make a move, try to get a run. Have to work for several laps sometimes to make it work, but yeah, it's pretty fun.
Outside of that, we appreciate you coming up here and talking to us. And we, again, apologize here from V-Speed, but outside of all of those hiccups, you come back to the podium. That asterisk there with the Kirkenbauer restart violation puts you up second spot on the podium. Is there anybody you want to shout out for this finish?
Yeah, I mean, I'm bummed for Indy. I know that hurts for him, but it is what it is. And, John did a great job holding me off there. So I guess they both did a great job, and everybody else, it was pretty good racing by everybody. And thanks to you for broadcasting, and thanks to the league.
Lilac Zier, second place finish here this evening. We'll see you next week at Laguna Seca.
Take care.
And finally, we have one more driver to talk to, your top 3. It's Christian Leonard in the third spot. We're going to bring up the proper graphic. We'll have to continuously fix things here. But Christian Leonard, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, Christian, we go to third spot now because of the restart violation. But you brought it down pit road, and I thought, oh man, this is going to be a bad situation. you're going to get trapped here and not have enough time to do it. And if a caution comes out there with that 2 to go, it's over anyway. So for that gamble, that dice roll ends up paying off.
Well, I mean, I'd been running second before the caution, so I wouldn't necessarily say it paid off. I hadn't been studying lap times, and I assumed that with it being Richmond and all, that's normally a high tire wear track, I would have thought we'd seen some sort of meaningful tire wear, but I guess I was wrong. Yeah, just that was my thought process. Is I thought, well, I'm not going to win the race, so might as well try something different. And there was only like 1/10 of fall off apparently, which is just very interesting considering that was Richmond. But I guess I should have expected that.
When we go back to the beginning of this race compared to the end, it seemed like the track cooled off. It changed dramatically. Did that fit in your wheelhouse a little bit better as the track cooled down compared to the beginning where it was a little tougher to stay in the top 5?
Not really. I mean, I just kind of spent the race trying to figure it out, what kind of arc you had to run. It was Richmond, but it didn't drive remotely like what I would expect Richmond to drive like. So I spent most of the night just kind of trying to figure out what I was supposed to do, what line to take. And, ultimately I never really quite figured it out. I was nowhere even close to what, the leader was doing for most of that race, but I see he got disqualified, so I guess I probably should have just stayed out, but oh well, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's hindsight. It's always 2020, and again, that gamble, it wasn't a full payoff, but it does end up on a podium finish and gives you a chance here to think about Laguna Seca and a little confidence boost. Anybody you want to shout out while we have you up here?
Not really. I was shouting out Domino's for this delicious pizza I'm eating here.
All right. Well, Christian, appreciate you coming up here and talking to us. We'll see you next week.
Okay.
That's going to do it for us here on V Speed. If you enjoyed tonight's broadcast, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You'll never miss a single race. Got plenty of racing left to be done. The schedule up on your screen. The dates have changed. Now moving to Monday night. We have WeatherTech Raceway at Laguna Seca, the Milwaukee Mile, Portland International, and Nashville Super Speedway for the season finale on August 30th. Catch it all here live on V Speed. Hit that subscribe button and you won't miss a single lap. August 31st, rather. For everybody that helped put this on, Brandon Willard in the background for what he does for Mystic iRacing League and the KAYTEE IndyCar Series. Dougie Beard for our cameras provided. You can check us out at VSpeedSim, VSpeedSim.com. For Morgan Cook, Eddie Smith, Logan Threlkeld, this is Bradley Cooper saying so long from Richmond Raceway. Stay tracking, everybody.